to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at He Is All That, which is a Netflix movie. It is like a rom-com, it's like a romantic comedy, and you can watch this for yourself on Netflix. I do believe it is like 1 hour and 42 minutes, 1 hour and 52 minutes. It's a little bit on the longer side, and it does star, obviously, TikTok sensation. I forgot her name. Shit. Charlie, no, not Charlie, the other one. No, not Dixie, the other one. I genuinely cannot remember her name, I blanked, but it also stars one of the main characters from Cobra Kai, another TV show which I haven't watched, and that I'm probably not going to watch either. My brother's ruined that one for me. But, yeah, He's All That. I don't have anything else to say in this intro, so let's, without any further delay, get into what Google has to say about this movie. So, it is a 2021 movie, 1 hour and 31 minutes, I was wrong, I do apologize. It's got a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 4.4 out of 10 on IMDb. That's 4.7 out of 5 on Amazon, and you can watch this on Netflix. And the story is an influencer who speculates in or specializes in makeovers, bets that she can transform an unpopular classmate into a prominent king. So how this movie starts out is this girl wakes up, she lives her life online, she's constantly live, constantly on camera, a little bit like Alphaba, and just, you know, a lot more popular, and, you know, is live for the good reasons. She sits there, she talks, she does her makeups. Again, in this world, in this movie, live streaming and making videos doesn't work how it normally would. She just turns on her phone, hits record, the live starts, people come flooding in, she answers questions, and boop, she ends it. Doesn't say goodbye, doesn't address that she's leaving, doesn't even welcome anyone to the thing. She just boops and leaves. You know, a little bit disrespectful, a little bit of a not really caring about your fans in that aspect. But she goes on a sort of movie set to see her boyfriend who ends up cheating on her, and she turns into a meme. She loses her sponsorship, and her friends don't like that. Her friends are a little upset by that. Her friends think, you know, that she's a little bit of a popular girl, a little bit of a little stuck up, like stick up her ass, and they put a bet, and this bet is like hyped up throughout the entire movie. Spoiler alert, I'm about to ruin this for you. The bet is literally just that you'll become a loser for the rest of your life. You'll stop being popular. Such a shit fucking bet. Such a garbage bet. They hyped this bet up with like a mystery behind it. Like, ooh, what are they betting? What are the actual consequences? What are the stakes? Obviously, because it's like left to the imagination, you think the stakes are pretty high. The stakes are fucking rock bottom. You have to become a loser for the rest of your life? The fuck does that mean? The fuck does that mean? A loser is subjective to everybody. A loser has a different character. Like, hearing the word loser, looking around, everyone sees what a loser is differently. Alright? So that is so broad, so wild, but she ends up getting this sort of guy who has no social media presence and no sort of social skills. So she goes and, you know, goes for horse riding lessons, and he actually starts to like her. They go to her party, and he helps her, and the world sees, and she's getting her followers back. She's slowly gaining her fame. She starts to develop feelings. They go to a party, the camera breaks, he gets upset. It comes out that, you know, it was just a bet, he was just a bet. He gets pissed, doesn't go to prom, and she's upset, like, oh no, I made a mistake, I actually do like you, oh no, oh my, oh no. She goes to prom, gets crowned prom queen with fucking Matthew Lillard. The voice of Shaggy is like the principal. I fucking knew that voice was familiar, by the way. Like, that voice was like throughout the entire movie. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I know that guy. I didn't Google it, I stayed off my phone. And he then comes riding in on the horse, and they go traveling the world together afterwards because they all live happily ever after. Yappa, yappa, yappa. Gonna be honest, the movie, the story, It was pretty good. It's like a remix of the 10 Things I Hate About You. It's like a gender swap where it's the girl who is the like asshole instead of the guy who is like just going to date a girl for a bit and actually finding out that he actually likes her. Yeah, it's the other way around this time. So again, the plot isn't like reinventing the wheel. It isn't new, it isn't extravagant. It's quite a basic plot line, but it's a good plot line and it does work, and you can explore a little bit with it and sort of experiment a little bit with it, add different stakes, different characters, different scenarios, situations that they get into, but fundamentally they all follow the same plot line. Main character has a predicament. They bet on something to go out with a guy or girl. They find out, they break up, they get angry after things go so well. They then get back together in the end after a big act of love. You know, pretty basic stuff, pretty basic plotline. The main actress, or TikToker, because I wouldn't call what she did acting, was shit. Everyone around her was really good actors. So seeing her surrounded by really good actors made it even more jarring to watch. She didn't have any emotion. It was hard to detect how she was feeling. She was just very monotone, very dry. Her character was very one note throughout the entire sort of thing. They tried to make her as comfortable as possible by constantly making her character live stream, take pictures, talk online, make TikToks, and also do quite a bit of dancing, which she is well known for. But it didn't help her acting scene when she needed to act, when she needed to sort of do things. Her acting was really shit, and you could tell because everyone else's acting was really fucking good. Everyone else's acting was like on point, and like she dragged it all down. Not to dig at her, I'm just saying that was an observation that I made. And I think she should stick to being a TikToker because that's what she's good at. That is what brings the bread. That's what she's good at. That's what she knows. That's how she became popular. Some people just aren't meant to branch out into movies. Conor McGregor is another one. Again, he could probably spark me out if he wanted to. But I'm just saying he's the best actor and he should stick with wrestling. You know, it's just one of those things. Acting isn't for everyone. I know it isn't for me. I'm not even going to try and get into acting, alright? But this movie also has a little bit of a upset to me because I quite liked how the main guy, the quote-unquote loser, looked at the start of the movie before his, in quotations, glow up. I thought he looked really cool. I thought he looked quite handsome. Then they changed him, and I didn't think he looked that handsome anymore. I quite liked his long hair, his beanies, his sort of plaided jackets, his jeans and his ripped jeans, his sort of colourful tees, and, you know, I thought he looked cool. I thought he looked like a skater boy. I thought he looked pretty interesting and someone that I would get along with. After that, he completely changed, and he changed because of her. He changed for her. Not saying that's wrong, not saying that's bad, but I can see where his anger came from when he found out that he was just a bet. He changed for her, and to her, he was just a bet. He wasn't anything special, and that's what hurts. You change yourself for someone, you try and like be the best you can for someone, reach your full potential for someone, and they go and treat you like that. That shit hurts. That shit fucking hurts. So I know his pain and I can understand his side, but I still think he looks pretty fucking sick. Like the little stubble, the long hair, the beanies. He had fucking style, he had fashion sense, he knew what he wanted and he stuck with it. And then he changed it all. He changed it all for her. Shit's baffling, I know. Set design, pretty cool. I liked the set. Like, the set design of, like, the houses. Everyone was fucking rich in this movie. Like, the houses are fucking huge. I don't know if that's just America or if it's whatever, but everyone is fucking rich. Their houses were huge. Their parties were extravagant. they talk the talk, and they could afford all these nice, fancy, exciting outfits, and it's like, what the fuck? You guys are rich, and you don't even try and fucking hide it. You don't even try and, like, be a little modest with your riches. You just flaunt it, and it's like, it's a little upsetting. It's like, I money for the poor, you know, like, sharing's caring and stuff. The horse was apparently really important. I don't know why. I don't know how they traveled that horse, because that horse made its way into Europe from America. Because they planned a trip around Europe, and they took the horse with them. I get that it's the horse that brought them together, but how the fuck did they get it to Europe? That must be extremely expensive, and I know they're probably funding it from her TikToks and her sponsorships and brand deals, but whilst you're traveling Europe, you can't really review products and talk about products and sort of get the new in thing delivered to you when you're constantly on the fucking move, going to place. It just doesn't work like that. Like, they would have to keep visiting home to get, like, the new stuff in, because ain't no way she's constantly reviewing products for all these new people. And when you think she's turned over a new leaf, and in the end bit where they're at the prom and she's like, I can ignore this phone, I can ignore this, I don't need this. Yet the next fucking scene, she's back live streaming. You think she's changed a new leaf, you think she's had a little bit of character development, a little bit of growth, a little bit of change of heart, and saying, we heard her massive fucking speech where she said she didn't need to be this perfect princess no more. She didn't need to constantly make herself look pretty, bedazzle herself. The next fucking scene she does that shit. She bedazzles herself because she becomes that precious perfect queen. Honestly, I think the entire movie's good, but she drags it down, so I cannot give it any higher than a 6 out of 10. It's just a 6 out of 10 movie for me, I'm sorry.